Sigma males are naturally independent men, but that doesn't mean they don't care for a certain level of intimacy with another person. They are not men who crave connection so much that they will abandon all sense of reason and find themselves connecting with the wrong person. They would rather wait to find people who they feel a real closeness to, people who are special to them, and they can see a real relationship with. For Sigma, it is often just about time and patience, before they can open up fully to someone, and find themselves reaching that level of intimacy. They might appear cold or distant on the surface, but their close connections mean so much to them, and they take these commitments seriously once they enter into them. This is why they don't often rush into intimacy with someone, and would rather take their time. Sigma men can be hesitant to open up to someone enough to really reach that point of true intimacy, and so it can be difficult for them to find this. While many people long for the feelings attached to intimacy, not everyone is all that comfortable with opening themselves up, and being vulnerable in the way true intimacy often requires. For some, it often feels easier to remain detached, and even distant when it comes to close relationships. They would rather keep people at a bit of a distance, never feeling safe allowing themselves to be fully intimate with them. For others, this is the opposite of how they live their lives, and so they are always searching for some sort of intimacy and true deep connection with the people in their lives. This can sometimes be attributed to personality types, as certain types are more drawn to the idea of intimacy than others. Their introverted intimacy. Because the Sigma males are introverts, they need plenty of time alone and to themselves. Having their space and independence is important to them, but that doesn't suddenly take away from their ability to be intimate with someone. What the Sigma craves is often a type of intimacy, which allows them to feel close to someone, even when they aren't physically together. They would much rather be able to think of this person and miss them, and this actually makes them feel closer. Sigma males don't need to constantly chat with someone or interact in order to feel a real connection with them. This is something which goes beyond the surface, and is often what they truly crave when it comes to intimacy. For the Sigma male, feeling that type of connection and intimacy when they are apart, actually makes them care for someone more. They want a bond which can go beyond just being with someone physically, something which can withstand distance or time apart. This helps them to feel truly connected, and for them, this is a much more rewarding type of relationship. For some, it might seem strange, but intimacy is definitely about feeling close to someone and safe with that connection, and this is what the Sigma men wants from their partner. Their emotional intimacy. For Sigma, reaching a certain level of emotional intimacy is a process that requires time and patience. They cannot simply open themselves up to someone without time, and they want to be sure before really letting themselves be vulnerable. It isn't easy to really feel open with someone and share themselves, and so it does require people who are willing to be patient with them. When they care for someone deeply, they do want to be intimate and close with them. But just isn't something that happens overnight. They don't like the idea of feeling truly connected to someone, unless it is a bond which is going to last. For Sigma, really letting someone in means committing to that person, not just doing it because it feels good in the moment. They want to know that if they are going to give someone true emotional intimacy, that person will not abandon him or what they have together. Because of this, the Sigma males can be hesitant at first, and want to be sure they are making the right choice. It might take time for them to reach the level of emotional intimacy that their loved ones want, but they are often more willing to get there than people realize. So long as they have someone who gives them space, and doesn't try to force them into opening up to them, then the Sigma men can certainly feel safe with emotional intimacy. Sigma males might be viewed as cold people on the outside, but this comes from not really knowing who they are inside. When they care for someone, they do a lot for them, and this is something which they value deeply. What holds them back? Sigma men can be reserved or cautious people, especially when it comes to relationships. True intimacy can make them feel uneasy at first, since they don't like the idea of being vulnerable or losing some control. They have likely endured being around people who judge them for their differences, or who don't understand them and who they truly are. they have encountered plenty of people who see them as cold or emotionless, simply because they don't express things in an emotional manner, and this can certainly make it hard to be vulnerable or intimate with someone else. Sigma men also don't believe in really connecting with, or opening up to someone, unless they trust that person and can commit to a lifelong friendship or relationship with them. This is why they need people who are patient, and willing to give them time to really be sure of things. They do want to have people they can build lasting relationships with, which is why they don't just jump into things headfirst. The Sigma males want to be sure before they allow themselves to open up to someone, and reach that level of intimacy. They can be held back when it comes to trying to be logical about the situation, so they can maintain a sense of control. Ultimately, Sigma men approach things from a place of logic and reason, but that does not make them incapable of being truly intimate with someone they care for. To be truly intimate, you have to be comfortable being vulnerable and showing yourself completely to someone, and this is something which can be stressful for Sigmas. While they might want to be close to someone, it isn't always easy showing parts of themselves they often keep inside. They have likely encountered people in their lives who have judged them or misunderstood them, and this makes them resistant to endure that type of situation again. Sigma men want to be able to open up, but at the same time, their gut response is often to keep the walls up. They don't like expressing their feelings verbally and openly, making the process a bit challenging for them at times. Sigma males don't like feeling as if they have lost control, or allowing emotions to be the deciding factor for them. They might logically see why being this vulnerable is a bad idea, and find themselves hesitating to really take that leap. With the right person, this process can be easier, and Sigma men might find themselves reaching that level of intimacy as they mature, and become more comfortable with the idea. This is why self-reflection is so important for them, since they can eventually will be able to let down those barriers, and truly open up to being intimate with someone they trust. When they find the right person who is understanding and patient, the Sigma man can really shine. They have so much to offer, and they want to be able to connect with people who see this, and who don't judge them for being different.